All right, everyone, and with that, hello and welcome to Legacy of Ash Season 1 match number 2, the second one. We had one yesterday, we have one today. You might notice two little differences. One is we're streaming in English because today both participants are talking English as well. So that is basically why we're today talking mainly in English, to make sure that people who are coming from their chat as well have a chance to ask questions here or to also be able to listen to the cast as well on the side. And since Honk is not here today, I have, funnily, the person who just raided, so thank you for the raid. Welcome in, LP. How you doing?
Welcome. Thanks for the invitation. I'm glad to be here and hope I can give some perspectives on this match.
Definitely, definitely. So for those of you who don't know, he just streamed actually the same bingo bracket, not exactly the same one that you'll see today, but the same pool, and is, I guess, one of the most knowledgeable bingo people that I know, at least. So he'll have definitely some cool expertise. I'm excited to see your view on, let's say, the weird bingo bracket that I've cooked up today here for the participants. And
it was a lot of fun to play, so I'm looking forward to the match today.
Nice, nice. Yeah, and first of all, welcome everyone here in the chat as well. It's amazing to see you all here. And I think, since we have today again a match between Yuno and Das, but I think a lot of you might not know who both of those people are. Let's just have a quick look, and we just have to be silent here because sadly I have both audio voices on the same thing. But then
we will see.
You can see, you already hear one person. I need to mute them. 1 second. 1 second. You know you're talking too early. Not yet. No, I'm kidding. So we will jump to them in a moment, but first we're going to have a quick showcase of who is going to be the participants today. So let's have a look at the people who are joining us in this moment right now. See you in probably 3 minutes.
Take a good long sniff? Why? Why would we do that? Give it a lick.
Hello. I have standards.
What? Let me try this again. I didn't want to do this boss without Wiglet being around, because Wiglet had so much trouble with this boss. And I wanted to show him that it's not actually that bad.
You fought well.
Hey, my shadow. Hello. 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 Oh my god. Shadow gone. Shadow here. Shadow gone. Shadow here. Shadow gone. I don't want to turn around. Oh fuck! Oh my god! Oh god. Oh god. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Yeah, I do stream.
1 hour and 17 minutes down the drain. Woo! Yay!
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, yes, indeed. I suck. Let's go. The hell am I? Go on, gamer. Gamer moment. You're such a gamer. Get my up. Why? I just noticed something terrible. Dude, I am actually both different. Piano, Dark Souls 3, all bosses, including DLC, officially done. Leveling is always cringe. Where's the God on piano? Give me like 3 years and I'll start.
All right, you heard him here. Those are our 2 participants for the day. Yeah, 2 amazing women playing Souls games. Das, very well versed in the game, played it a couple of times as well. Finished the DLC and is today doing her first bingo ever, actually. Same goes for Yuno, but you've seen Yuno, a no-hit runner in some of the Souls games as well. And plays with a piano controller, which I think she's gonna do today as well. You're still muted, but other than that, it's gonna be amazing. I'm very excited to see how those 2 are gonna perform. It's gonna be amazing.
Is it a buff or is it a nerf to play on a piano?
It's actually just I think they're just well versed on a piano overall, so that is why for them they just go into it with that for any game that they do at this point, I believe. At least from what I can tell. Which is very insane.
Piano toe run?
Piano toe run, yeah. I would love that, but I don't think that's going to be possible. Alright, I see all of them are also here, but before we jump to them, you'll hear them in a moment as well when we reveal the bingo. And I dare say, if they're already listening, I cooked up something evil for them. Very, very evil indeed. I wasn't too friendly, I will admit that. So, I don't know if you've looked through the boards a little bit, but there are a couple of very, very evil ones, and a couple of nasty goals, and let's say one of them might be in the middle today, because last time when you watched Axel versus Ondo, they played around that middle a lot, and I wanted to say that if somebody wanted to get that again, they should earn that. But how am I going to do that?
Middle
We'll see.
square is very important for bingo.
Yeah.
The square where we can build the most lines out of it, so should be a high priority for our players today.
Definitely. And maybe let's have a look quickly at the bracket. You can also see it with exclamation mark bracket over in the chat as well. But you can see we're currently on this side right here. Let me zoom in so you can see it as well. So if you missed it before, Ondo has won in a very, very close match against Axel. And today we have Yuno versus Das over here in this match, which will be especially interesting looking at the Thursday match, because whoever goes ahead to the next round has to go against the winner of this match right here, which we're going to see on Thursday. And of course, as you know, this is double elimination, so right now looks a bit empty for the lower bracket, but we will see a lot more joining as time goes on. So that is where we are today. Going to be very exciting. But I think with that, let me quickly have a look if both of them are already in the game and ready. Poor Axel, he's gonna get some company today. Because that sounded evil, but one person has to lose, I'm sorry. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna quickly refresh both streams, and I see a rare occurrence. I actually see that we also get to see Das today. Normally a streamer who streams without her camera. Today she has it. Let me just quickly set up those both streams. And in the meantime, I will pull them over as well to get some introductions to the both while I share them the dreaded bingo board, which is going to be amazing. And Sam, thank you for the lurk. Thank you very much. They're ready? Perfect, perfect. I'm just quickly reloading, and then we're going to pull them over in 3, 2... well, are you ready to have them?
Sure.
Alrighty, in 3, 2, 1. So there's Das, hello. And
Hello.
there's Yuno. You both have to check if you can unmute. I hope you can.
Hello.
Yes, I set it up better.
I'm unmuted.
I can, but only via my keyboard. Does that disqualify me?
Nah, that's fine, that's fine.
I win.
Damn it.
Can I have you on stream, or do I have to mute you on stream while we talk here?
You can have me on stream. So right now you guys are only audible via the Discord. But
Okay.
as soon as we're going into the match, I will then anyways hear you, and I will push you back into the match voice channel as well. So you could talk to each other if anything happens. So if you know somebody has a technical issue or so, you can unmute, tell the other person, and just check that as well.
Okay.
And that is
Okay,
perfectly
good.
fine. How are you both doing?
Good.
Are you ready? Are you excited for today?
I'm excited
I am-
and I'm scared.
I am absolutely pissing myself. But honestly, I hope for an interesting game. I hope to not get steamrolled. I hope that
Okay.
this match is gonna go in an interesting way, and that it won't be over after 20 minutes. So,
I think we picked two people who are very equal here today, so I'm excited to see how you're both gonna do it.
Well stand.
Alrighty. I'm gonna share you in the Discord, so in both of your Discords already, the bingo. You have a password. Please do not click on reveal just yet, but you can already
Wait, where
join
is
in.
it?
I'm sending you it as a private
wait, where?
message.
Oh, okay.
One second,
okay.
1 second. Ta-da! There you are.
Okay.
So wait, I put it in. Wait, it's just a room, an automatic room.
Yes, so you only have to give in the password, which I gave you below the link. You can also give yourself a name. Then you need to pick your color at the top,
Okay.
and then you're good to go, basically. And then once we reveal, we're good to go. But for you,
Okay, so
Yuna, as well,
Okay.
can you load into the game already? So you're standing at the same spot as Das?
Yes, will in just a moment.
Perfect,
Join
perfect.
room. There we go.
So
I'll
what
pick
we
my
did
purple. I will
yesterday-
not reveal yet. I won't. I promise. Okay, where's the? I need to show this part though that it's visible on my stream.
You both have
And
time. No rush,
now-
no rush. You both have time. The
Okay.
timer for both the 3 minutes and then the 2 hours will start once we're here. So as soon as I say we can
Gotcha.
reveal, you get 3 minutes to look at it. You can also you can also mute. You can talk to your chat about it. If there's any questions, then either ask them directly in the 3 minutes or after the 3 minutes as well. If you still have anything unclear, you're like, okay, Yoshi, what the hell do you mean with that square? What is that supposed to be? I'm supposed to look at feet? What? No, not gonna happen. You know, feel free to tell me that as well, and I'll be happy to do that to give you some clarity.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna
God.
count down for the actual timer. So
Okay, so
Hey.
I changed the URL in the thing
Yes.
that you showed me.
yes,
That is correct. And how did I see the thing where I put in the password again?
you have to make the source visible, and then you have to interact with the bingo source.
And I
then
can
you
do that now. It will
Yes,
not
yes.
reveal it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Once you logged in, then you see a click to reveal. That you can only click once we're ready. So once I'm saying yes.
Okay,
And
go on
you can already
Oh,
interact.
you
pick-
just said yes.
I see. I have to be very specific with my answers here whenever you ask the questions. Okay, I see. I gotcha. And I also see in the chat that people love LP's dog. I love it. Casca is a fan favorite already. I love it.
Of course, of course.
Okay, so
Most of them
I
just watch for her.
I see.
I did the thing. Now I cannot choose teal.
You have to click on the arrow next to the colors. Then you have
Okay, I got
additional
teal,
colors.
and then
Perfect. All right.
Just where was and when I'm ready or when you say it, I click to reveal and everything will be fine.
Exactly. You can click to reveal. I would recommend to deafen because, of course, in the same time, we are also going to quickly go over the squares over here on the cast. So you can deafen, you can talk to your chat, and then afterwards we can talk about the questions. I think that makes the most sense. Then we can talk about it so
Okay.
both hear them, both hear the questions, and then we're all on the same page, I think.
Okay.
All right, sweet.
And it's okay to just leave the interact thingy open so I can click the stuffs if I did them. Something.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
You're still going to see that in a moment then.
All right.
All right. Are you both ready?
I'm
Yes,
ready.
Definitely.
All right. Then your 3 minutes to have an initial head start and don't move, just look at the board. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
All right.
Good luck.
Alrighty.
Okay, good. Let me
and
just deafen
for
here.
us, I'm going to also highlight it now here as well so you can see it in large. This is the full bingo that we have. So these are all the squares. I'm going to quickly read them off as well. From the top left to the bottom right, we have be teleported by 2 trap chests. Memory of Grace withholding 20k runes, a very sacrificial square for that. Collect 2 larval tears, collect 5 bell bearings. Put an enemy to sleep. Defeat a duelist and an ancient hero of Zamor. Solve the puzzle of Ordi's Rise and collect the memory stone. That one is a difficult one if you don't know it. Sell Bloodhound Fang plus 0. Again, sacrifice being a bit of a theme for today's bingo. You want a square, you gotta have to earn it. Unveil the map of Siofra River. Defeat Leon and Misbegotten. Sit on the throne after the Godric fight. Defeat 7 bosses in Limgrave. The middle square, a bit of a tricky one. Possess exactly 1 rune. So we need to see the rune counter say 1 rune at all. That needs some calculation, that needs some thinking. And then we have fight and then spare patches, so we're going to be merciful today. We're activating a Site of Grace in each of the 4 areas that are allowed, so Limgrave, Weeping, Peninsula, Caelid and Siofra River. Acquire 5 crackpots, collect 4 sacred tears, I wanted to say 9 for some reason. Defeat the ancestor spirit in Siofra. And 9 would be difficult, I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, you have to go very far in the game.
Yeah. Then collect 2 legendary weapons, defeat the Grafted Scion and Stormveil, defeat Margit without having a HUD enabled. So you don't
That's
see
hard.
that's
Very
difficult. So if you want to get to Stormveil, which is very, very rewarding to go into it, you're gonna have to get past Margit. And I made sure that Margit isn't the easiest, unless you of course want to give up the square. You can always do that.
True.
And then defeat a boss. That one is a funny one for me. Defeat a boss using only Ash of War Ground Slam. So basically a butt-only boss fight. Collect 12 Ash of War.
So...
True.
Oh
Collect
my
12
God,
Ashes
what
of
the
War.
fuck, Yoshi?
Collect 2 Deathroot and defeat 3 Ever Jail bosses. What's a
I do
HUD?
not
We
see
have
a
the question.
single easy fucking square, dude. Are you?
I see a few ones. I was half merciful. Okay.
Okay, are we allowed to talk to our chat now and just discuss?
Yeah, you can talk in your channel as well, and in 20 seconds, you're anyways going to be back for some questions, if you have them.
All right, speak. Okay, gotcha.
Perfect. So quickly answering the question in the chat as well, what's a HUD? It's basically what you see for Das, for example, right now, where you have the health bar, everything, you have your items, you have everything. You don't see that when you disable the HUD. So you're basically not going to be able to see anything of your current status as well as the status of the boss. You're gonna have to wing it in this moment.
That's a huge problem, not to see the boss health bar.
Yeah.
But maybe you won't greet then anymore, so...
You have to play it cautiously for sure. I'm excited to see how that's gonna switch it up for people.
It messed with me. I tried it today once, and it's very, very weird.
Yeah, I think it's like you're so used to seeing that as well. It's gonna be difficult, and I love to see that on Yuno's view, we can actually see her chat. So we can see the reactions of people just going, what the hell is there?
But there are a lot of squares that connect really nicely.
So yeah, for you as well, how I did it is I basically let the Bingo Sync platform generate random boards out of the 155 squares over and over again, and picked ones that I found appealing in the morning. And then out of those 25, had it randomize it over and over until I found one that is not too easy, where you couldn't just steamroll through one column or one row, but also not too difficult to basically give you some synergy, some options to play around with.
Yeah, looks like a good board for today.
So I
Now
see
Yoshi?
they can ask questions.
Exactly, so
Hello?
Das is unmuted. If anybody could tell Yuno to also undeafen again so we can see the questions and then both start at the same time. But I see Das already
Okay.
here. Let's just wait a moment for Yuno to also be here
Yep.
so we can... So both get the
Yes.
same answers, of course.
Just trying to open the thing on my phone so I can see.
Yes. We have the translated squares. Yes, that is also why we're talking English today, because both Das and Yuno, go check them both out. They're linked in the title as well. And we will do shoutouts throughout the tournament for both of them. Please go follow them both. Even though Das says she doesn't stream, you just heard it in a video, she definitely does. And the point is basically, they're both streaming in English. So we wanted to make sure to adapt so everyone who also might look at this stream over from their chats has a chance to listen in, to ask questions if something is unclear, and to just also give that option, that possibility for everyone involved. Just gonna quickly refresh. Okay, if anybody could quickly go to Yuno, maybe in her chat, and tell her that she should unmute, that would be lovely. And of course, keep in mind, no backseating. Once again, let the people just find it out for themselves. But you can help them in the chat. You just shouldn't tell them where the other person is or how they accomplished a different square or anything like that. That shouldn't be the case.
Yes, sorry.
Hello. Okay, already 5 square minus penalty for being 2 minutes late. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, of course.
Oh, 2 minutes late?
No,
I'm sorry.
all good, all good. We're taking it easy, all good.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so do you have any questions, both of you? I think Das was here first. Das, do you have any questions? Anything that's unclear on the board for you?
I couldn't remember if we can go to Liurnia of the Lakes, but now I can see that we don't.
Yes, you cannot go to Liurnia of the Lakes. So basically the entirety of Caelid, technically also Dragon Barrow with that, is allowed. Caelid is allowed, Siofra, Weeping Peninsula, and Limgrave, but nothing beyond that. The exception, just to mention it because it's on the board, if a trap chest ports you over to it, so if a trap chest puts you into Liurnia or wherever, or into Leyendell, you are allowed to be there, but you need to take the straightest route back to the original place, to warp out of it to a site of grace,
Yep.
and not pick up anything or make use of being there, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Let's go to Dragon Barrow. That is allowed, right?
Dragon Barrow is allowed. You can go there.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Sweet.
Oops, I clicked something. Ah! Oh god.
First square on the board.
Okay.
The first one to win, exactly, before it even began. Damn.
Alright.
I'm so nervous.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Right.
Yeah, I just came in because I had no idea if the 3 minutes are over, and I was like, oh, was I supposed to put a timer? I have no idea if 3 minutes are up or not.
All good, all good. So are you both ready?
Give me a second. I need my
I believe I'm
chat
ready,
up.
yeah.
And again, pull out the board. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Where did it go? I'm so fucking nervous. I can't even.
All good. Deep breaths. It's gonna be fine. It's like usually just to give it. If it's your first bingo, I think for both of you it is the first bingo, right?
Yeah.
It's my first ever bingo in my fucking life.
I've only done one Elden Ring playthrough, so I'm also completely fucking clueless. So
You're gonna do fine.
this
You're
is
gonna
gonna
do
be
fine.
hell.
I think you just want me to believe that I have a chance.
I mean, she's playing on a piano, so she's got that going for her.
That fucking scares me. It scares me to death.
All right, you got this. So if you're both ready, then I would count you down, and then you can both start. Yep. So.
All right.
And then I'll move you over to the other channel as well, to the voice channel. So you can always, if anything happens, feel free to either tell Mogelheilerin, she's gonna also relay that directly to me in the stream, or if there's anything where you need like a bio break or anything, just feel free to talk to each other then as well. And we're just gonna see it and we're fine. I will also give you, via Susie or others, some updates on the time as well, so you have the time in mind. Because once we start, you have 2 hours, or until a bingo is completed, or anybody wins with majority.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
If you're ready, then we shall begin the second match of Legacy of Ash. Das versus Yuno in 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Good luck, have fun.
Thank you.
Alrighty, I'm gonna move both of them over into match voice. Number 1. And no. Wait, why can I not move Yuno? I cannot move Yuno.
She stays here. I'm not leaving.
And then I'm gonna have to disconnect, and Yuno has to connect again. Somebody please tell her in the chat that she might have to connect again to the voice channel in the death animation or so. And I'm gonna disconnect them here so they connect again to the match channel. Yeah, good luck. So the match is underway. Both are starting. I will quickly refresh the latency as well. In the meantime, maybe the question to you. You've seen the board now. You can see it already on the side. What would be your first thing to go to if you see this?
Ooh, good question. The problem with D-squares is you don't really need a big setup, so you can go for some stuff and prepare a lot. Acquire 5 crackpots is really, really fast. I think they didn't start with any. So you can buy 3 from Carley. Then you have more than half already. It's a very fast square. Teleported by 2 trap chests. You need a bit of travel time to get this going. Put an enemy to sleep could be very fast. You could go for sleep arrows. The merchant in the Mistwood sells a few. Or you can get the cracked pot recipe for sleep pots, which is always good to have. Could be very fast.
Yeah.
Patches, you can go there anytime and you only need a half boss to beat, because if Patches has half health, he surrenders, which gives you the square. So could be also very, very fast.
Yeah. And we have a quick question in the chat. So don't worry, you can ask whatever you want. But saying collect, if some things say collect, buying them also counts. Yes, it does. Collect means you need to have them both in your inventory. For example, 2 larval tiers. If you could buy one, you can buy it. But you need to have 2 in the inventory at the end to count it for the square. And of course, hello for everyone who joined in the meantime as well. We're amazed to have so many of you here. Really great to see you all around. We're just starting with the match. Both of them fighting for round 1. And we'll occasionally hear what they say in their own streams as well, of course. Okay, I'm quickly going to have to make this audio a bit more silent so we can actually hear what they say as well. So we're going to try to figure out what the first route is going to be. So that's, of course, the question, you know. Where do you, as I just asked as well, where do you go as well? We see it here, Margaret into Crackpots, into Godric, into 2k looks nice. It does for sure, but then again, you have to beat Margaret potentially without a HUD. That's not easy. The 2k, you would get that from Godric as well, and you could even go for the Grafted Scion in that regard as well, which would give you a lot of progress towards majority, but not towards any particular bingo. And at the same time, you would lose a fair amount of time as well in that moment where the other person could go ahead and scour the world for other potential fields, for other potential squares of any kind. Let me quickly make this a bit more loud. Sorry for the interruption.
It's so cool to see someone play with a piano.
It is insane. Like, she also does hitless with a piano.
That's crazy.
That is absolutely amazing.
The Yuno has already Torrent acquired, so is now fast in Limgrave.
Yeah. You see Das trying to get her bearings for the first few moments. I think what she might be going for is the map fragments.
That could be good, or the Bloodhound Fang Everjail. You're really fast there, and you have 1 Everjail of the 3 of the corner square, bottom right.
True, indeed. Yeah, so that could be one.
Sell it by Caelid.
Exactly. I mean, you could even use it and sell it at a later time as well. And if you get sniped by that square, you have that weapon available, which of course is going to make it a lot easier. I know also, for example, that Yuno has trained with, I think, Sox, so Sox TM. So that is also something that potentially goes in her favor. So while it is her first bingo, while she only has played Elden Ring once, she has, of course, the background info of whatever the training with Sox has brought. I haven't watched it, sadly. I wish I would have known what they had looked into. But of course, that is now the question of where do they go. I see Das currently still, I think, struggling a bit of where to get a good start. I think analyzing the board, trying to get a good footing into the match. Whereas Yuno seems to already have a bit of a plan. So seemingly already having a target in mind.
Yeah, the most important thing is to always go somewhere.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a way you have to go later, but
yeah,
if it gives you some time, just go, get some graces, get some map progression.
Exactly, and I mean, you have the dreaded timer.
More easier.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot, 25 squares to read and process and think about. The first minutes are very, very hard of bingo.
Yeah. Last place Fashion Souls, definitely. And hello, T. Nice to see you around. Another participant of the tournament. A quick thing also to say again in German. I'm quickly going to switch to German for that. I'll be back in English in a moment. Also für alle, die hier reinschauen, die normalerweise das Deutsche gesehen haben, jetzt zum Beispiel gestern auch bei Dr. Honk und mir. Heute ist ausnahmsweise auf Englisch. Der Hintergrund ist, dass beide auf Englisch streamen. Ihr dürft natürlich auch sehr, sehr gerne weiter auf Deutsch hier im Chat schreiben. Wir werden euch auf Deutsch auch antworten, da wir beide Sprachen natürlich auch sprechen. Aber das nur der Hintergrund, warum heute Englisch ist, sind die Ausnahmefälle, falls zwei Teilnehmer gegeneinander antreten, die halt beide Englisch sprechen, ja. Genau. So back we are with English, and I think, yeah, you can see Yuno is going for the
on the way
classic setup.
yeah, and she goes to the place where you get the ground slam, Ash of War.
Ooh.
I think it's the scarab near the crystal tier.
It could be, yeah. And I mean, it helps in a couple of ways. I think she just picked up the Wondrous Physic Flask. So that, of course, gives you buffs if you want them at the start of a fight, making it a little bit easier depending on what you put into the flask. Or maybe Siofra. I mean, she's right next to the elevator.
Oh, yeah.
As we see a quick buffering moment, I'm going to reload. And it seems to be Siofra now. Ooh.
Yeah,
I mean, that does give her technically 3 fields. I'm quickly going to reload to not have any latency. But of course, that gives her 3
only
goals.
see 2 squares in underground, or I'm missing. Am I missing
There is 3. There is the Unveil the Map. Yeah, exactly. There's a Site of Grace. For the part of the whole Site of Grace, I call it the World Tour Square, basically, where you have to go for everything. You would have the Unveil, the map, which goes into the diagonal, yes. And you have, of course, the Ancestor Spirit, if she chooses to go for the fight.
That's a long square. You gotta light up all the fires.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of riding around.
Yeah, and I think it doesn't contribute to anything else down there. So I don't think there's anything you can really pick up that could help you. I think maybe a larval tier at the very end, maybe, if I'm not too mistaken. But that's about it. No, I think the merchant sells it, so that could actually factor into it. If you stay a bit down there, you go to the merchant, I think that sells a larval tier, and if you kill him, you'd have a bell bearing as well. So you could progress other goals as well, but you are stuck far away.
And the merchants are tougher than you think to kill for their bell bearings.
Indeed, indeed.
If they're back on the horse, they are really, really tough to kill because they're riding around so much.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Okay, Das is checking still where she wants to go in Limgrave.
Maybe let's listen a bit into Das' stream. So, Yuno currently going for the Unveiling the Map, as I just heard from her. Let's see what Das is currently talking about, perhaps.
Where the fuck is Oridin's Rise?
Oh, she's trying to go for the puzzle of Orida's Rise. That is a difficult and long square if you don't know how to do the puzzle.
Oridin's Rise is.
It's the rise in Weeping Peninsula, isn't it?
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, so you gotta find 3 spirit turtles to kill.
Yeah.
And one of them is invisible, so if you don't know where that one is, it could take a while.
Yeah. I mean, they do have the option to go for any resources online. So if they have the time, as she just did as well, you can Google on your phone as well. You can use whatever you want. But at the end of the day, of course, if your opponent knows, you might be in a bit of a trouble. I love to see that we also get some book recommendations in the chat. That's amazing. Sorry?
There's no bingo match where you don't visit Vextra Live.
Vextra is, it's just amazing. I love also something funny I saw today. You saw Ondo in the last match. Today I saw a screenshot because Ondo also reports for GameStar every now and then and does some reviews there. And he actually played around with Vextra Life, which is now a part of Vextra Life's videos as well. So you can actually see his name as a part of Night Raid's, let's say, review part. It's amazing. Alrighty. So I think Das is going to go for Orida's Rise, most likely.
No, there's no trap chest in Siofra, isn't it? No.
I don't think so. No, Siofra doesn't have one.
Only way gates, yeah.
And Yuno now finds
the
map. Map is found. That is one part of it. Will she see the square? We'll see it light up in a moment.
Smartest to look for this without a map.
She's looking for the square, trying to find it. I can now see also how long the latency between their squares and mine will be. That, of course,
you can mark the squares with a right click with a star. So if you see the square and say you want to go for that, you can mark it to find it easily when you have done it.
Definitely, and I think starting with round 2, we are trying to go for the other bingo tool. So right now we're using Bingo Sync as a website. There is a much more sophisticated tool available, which we might use from round 2 forward. There you can also do some easy counters and anything. So it's a lot more, let's say, user-friendly. But that, of course...
But they have a map. That's pretty cool.
True, that too. I mean,
So you need
we're
a
only
new
looking...
layout for OBS.
I mean, we're only looking at 2 people, so I think that's fine. We don't necessarily need the map, I
Yeah,
believe.
sure.
But we could also point it in any moments when we're unsure, you know, you could have it as a second overlay. That would be amazing. But I think now the question is, Yuno has the first square on the board, and the first point, which is of course very important to put early pressure.
It's a good square. You can build from there line 2, column 4, and the diagonals. We have 3 bingos
Exactly.
you can go for.
And of course, the more you open up those bingos, the more you work towards them. If you're sneaky about it, like for example, you start off now on the other end by collecting 4 sacred tears or so, your opponent might not pick up on the diagonal bingo until it's almost too late.
The sneaky diagonal.
Yeah, I see. I think you fell for that one today as well.
Yes.
That was the moment I joined in. I love that you were just like, oh shit, there's a diagonal.
But what didn't see it as well, so...
Ah, I see.
Yeah, the diagonal is pretty weird to see. Sometimes you just miss it, that there's still a bingo open.
Yeah.
But this merchant sells sleep arrows where Yuno is, so maybe she goes for putting someone to sleep.
That would be amazing. Und Hallöchen,
Ja,
Serpendragi. Schön, dich zu sehen.
Nice.
East from the start.
Genau,
So
wir
10
sind...
arrows and the smithing stones.
Oh. Also kurz um zu antworten, wir sind jetzt gerade in einem Bingo-Turnier, Legacy of Ash. Ja, sieht man auch entsprechend im Zweifel nochmal hier beim Bracket, poste ich dir gleich rein. Wir casten heute auf Englisch, normalerweise ist das Turnier auf Deutsch, aber da beide Teilnehmer heute auch primär Englisch reden, machen wir das hier heute einmal auf Englisch. Genau, herzlich willkommen.
Oh, Das is going down to Siofra as well.
Did she maybe not see that Siofra is already taken, or is she going for something else? Oh, maybe she went for the Sites of Grace. I don't know her exact pathing. Maybe she picked up already the Site of Grace in Weeping, and then tries to pick up the Siofra one right now. Would potentially already give her also an option for an entirely different set of bingos that currently Yuno can't go to, or can of course, but would have to first get started on.
And I can't remember.
She can
where the
just
map
pick the
leads.
grace and leave.
That was a good idea.
The only other thing would be the
I'm
Ancestor
trying to
Spirit,
find the
and
map
for her
piece of
setup, it's a
Siofra
really tough boss fight.
River.
I mean,
Especially with the small knife, the big deer, and with the small legs.
I was about to say, like, she has only the dagger, and we've seen how difficult that can be with, what's it called? With the, with bosses overall, or with enemies overall in general, because you also have a very reduced amount of damage you can do, and if your bosses move, like they do a lot of times in Elden Ring, they're not that stationary many a times. You only get a couple of hits in, and you might basically have to go over the bleed procs, and that's it.
And the Ancestor Spirit is jumping around so much if you're unlucky.
Oh fuck! Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
he is
I
a
didn't
menace
see.
indeed.
I didn't
Yuno
pay
sounds
attention
very
to that.
organized. We listened to Das for a while. Let's switch back the audio. So I'm switching back and forth between both participants every now and then. And we will see.
Do you think you can do it, or can we not?
Oh, what's
Oh,
she going
okay. She has the bow out, so...
Oh, is she going to try and sleep the troll, maybe? As a second point working towards the diagonal?
Count any enemy you put to sleep.
It doesn't matter which one, it just has to be any.
Yeah.
And I mean, that would
And she has
work
10
to...
arrows, more than enough
Yeah.
to put a few of them to sleep.
Okay, we'll just... No,
Well, now she has 9.
Oh, no, now she has 9, yeah.
Well, let us quickly look a bit more into the detail of what's going on over here, just to see it. And there is
and
the
there it is.
sleep right there. That is a
Nice
second
one.
square
Pretty
for
good.
Yuno. Very well done.
that's enough. Okay, never mind.
And the second for the diagonal.
Of course. And that, of course, putting the pressure now on Das. Because now Das has to start blocking the diagonal. Which now has 3 very, very difficult squares left. You have to get 1 rune. The 4 Sacred Tears is the easiest one. If Das sees that one, she can capture that one quite quickly. If she doesn't see that, it's going to be very, very difficult to try and pick that up. And
Yeah, would be definitely a way to go to Weeping Peninsula, where you can get 3 Sacred Tears.
Yeah.
And then one more at the Third Church of America, where you get the Flask of Honor's Physic.
mm,
Would be the 4. You could also go for the Church of Plague in Caelid, But then you have to use a skip or go all the way around. Would say Weeping is the best place to be for Sacred Tears.
Definitely. And I think she already has at least one. I think she picked up the Wondrous Physic Flask, so in that church you also have technically already one Sacred Tear.
Yeah, true, true.
But of course the same applies to Yuno, and Yuno, you can see the organized strategy. I think she picked up on the diagonal very quickly and tries to close it very early. I'm wondering what Das is doing in the Dragonburned Ruins. What is she aiming for?
We don't want to talk to you, Ronnie.
Of course, being locked into
really
Roddy,
excited.
the classic.
Yeah. Really excited to see how they go for the possess exactly one rune. What's the way to go to get that square? I think you can buy. Can you buy something for 10?
You can buy something for 20. You can buy a couple of
so
things
you just
for...
need 21 or 41 or...
Exactly. You can also buy other points, which is, like for example, for 150 or so to get the uneven numbers. But basically how you would approach it is go for level ups until you have the one at the end, and then start buying random stuff over at the Twin Maiden Husks to try and get down to only one.
Yeah.
That is usually the place to go. And we see Das has gone into the first trap chest. That is 1 out of 2. She only needs another one, but that of course, she's gonna have to start going for anything that blocks the bingo soon. Because as Vivi just said in the chat, a bingo awards an instant win. I also see the rolling strat. Sadly, not the fastest way to move forward.
Carly's dead. Ooh.
Yeah, working towards the bell bearings as well, and that of course progresses her second bingo that she could go for as well. Technically having then 2 squares for 3 bingos even.
Did she pick it up?
I think she did. I hope she did. I didn't look because I was quickly looking at the bingo board. I hope she picked it up. That would be evil if she did though. Okay, they're also talking about the larval tiers, so they're trying to progress the top bingo, and that of course being blocked immediately. I think the point is, while the diagonal is very, very what's it called? It's very, very promising. It has Market Without a Hut, and as we just talked about, that possess 1 rune square. So while it is a promising one, it's difficult to approach. And there's the first death of today. Very unfortunate. But
the scaling in Caelid is going up so much from Limgrave.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I think she didn't get the Site of Grace, sadly, there.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but the screen after the teleport chest is so long. Ah, she did get the Grace. Perfect.
Okay, perfect. She had an unlucky falling death already.
I think we have a stake of America there as well.
Oh. Now the question is, she has one in Siofra, she has one in Caelid now with that. She has one more Grace, definitely in Limgrave. She would only have to go to Weeping to also block the second bingo, and she has the trap chest already, which also they have a second one over in Weeping that leads all the way to Leyendale, so that could work. As we see Yuno going into a boss fight. As always, as is tradition, the second we have boss fights, we highlight it as well. So let's see.
With life. Ah, she killed Carly to get the
Oh, that is clever, of course.
Because then you don't have to hear Blythe howling at first. You can get the snap immediately.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's the first ever jail, and you get Bloodhound Fang out of there. So another square if she says it.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Blythe is doing here good work.
Definitely. She can't sell it to Kale though, so that of course the evil square having to kill the merchants.
Oh, yeah.
Very unfortunate.
You need a different merchant to sell then.
Yeah, but that of course progresses to the bell bearings. You get to the merchant, you sell it Bloodhound Fang, and then you just kill him afterwards. Which would be evil.
Take it back.
You just take it back. Yeah. GG to Yuno
GG,
for Darryl. Very well done.
Nice fight.
Yeah.
Played very well.
And I see also in the chat, the first enemies in Siofra should give an uneven amount of runes. You could do that until you end in 1. That, of course, is an option, but they are quite tanky, and Das only has a dagger, so that would be for Das quite difficult, whereas for Yuno with the Uchi, would be an option.
Should be like right about here.
Okay, where is Das going?
Das is going to Weeping, so I think she's gonna go
Yeah,
try to get the
that's
Grace
good.
to get on the board, and that's important at her stage right now. She doesn't
And
have
Weeping
any
is a
bingo.
good place to be right now.
Yes, definitely, and she doesn't have any. Oh, the ballista. Uh-oh. Okay, just evaded in time. Maybe heal to not get an arrow into the back from any of the enemies. Looking good.
There we go. Selling Bloodhound Fang.
And there's the third square for Yuno with selling Bloodhound Fang.
Nice. GG's.
GG's, and that of
it
course.
should put Das. Yes, and we have both on the board. Nice.
Perfect. And
Already
that
blocked
immediately blocks
column
bingo.
5.
Yeah,
The Graces. Okay, that's
Very
fine.
good.
We're gonna
yeah
go-
And
Yuno
she has
immediately
priority
picking
now
up.
on Leonine Misbegotten because she's a little bit
we're gonna go
closer.
for Leonine right now.
Oh, but
Oh, but I
Yuno
hear
wants to
Yuno.
contest Leonin. Oh, that is of course a play. Let's see what Das is planning next. Contesting Leonin is of course
could be-
important for her second bingo that she's currently working towards.
Yeah, and do you have the
Going to
puzzle
church.
Mm.
from the tower in Weeping, and you have the ancient hero in Weeping, in the Everjail. Another Everjail.
Exactly.
Weeping, really, really good place to be right now for both of them.
Yep, and now the question is, which square is Das gonna go for? Which one is she gonna go for? Does she pick up on the potential bingo coming up and just rushes towards Leonin? Because, of course, giving that away, Yuno picked up on... It was an interesting suggestion to say, perhaps it is Weeping that she went for last. So Leonin is a space to go to. That is very interesting. Second
but she's
trap
not-
chest, yes, that too.
Okay, where's the church?
But I'm gonna say if she goes for the churches, she goes for the sacred tiers. That of course the easiest way to block the diagonal bingo.
Yeah, good call, and it gives you a lot of power for
Yeah.
the rest of the game because your flask will get potentially better
Eight, right?
with
That's more
4
about-
sacred
yeah.
tiers.
I don't
Helps
know
you
how
with the
to
market
get
fight a
one
lot.
rune. Fuck me. Maybe
Definitely.
there's something that.
So it's
gives me
no
one
time
rune
waste.
Exactly.
Mm.
Seems like a Yoshi thing to do.
Wait, what seems like a me thing to do? What did I do?
I missed the start as well, so
Yeah, but I'm gonna be excited to see, like, if she picks up on... Oh, she picks up the map. Helps, of course, to get awareness. Oh, the one rune. Ah, I see. Yeah, that is a me thing. I do agree that. There's no idea how to do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I see.
thing right now, collect 2 legendary weapons. Leonine Misbegotten gives you 1, the grafted blade
Mm-hmm.
thing. So you have a double there. Could be worth trying, but Leonine Misbegotten is a tough boss fight.
In battle,
especially
so
if
I
you
can
are-
use a map.
Have not that much health. He's very, very hard and fast for
Yeah.
fast.
Definitely. I also still have problems with Leonin, especially at the beginning in the early game, where we are right now.
Yeah.
So keeping in mind, the further we go into the
Sure,
bracket,
sure.
we will have different maps. So
Oh
we
my
will
God,
region lock
absolutely.
new bingo pools for the respective regions that we are in. So of course, that's going to make it a lot more interesting there.
This thing.
And we see a question in the chat from Maumelchen. Geht auch diagonal? Yes, diagonales Bingo geht auch in beide Richtungen. Also von links oben nach rechts unten und natürlich von links unten nach rechts oben ist beides auch erlaubt. Hauptsache 5 in einer Reihe.
I have no idea where I'm going.
And then of course, that is of course the problem. Oh, we see for sparing patches.
At some point I need to start
Yuna's doing this in a very clever way. She's slowly building towards multiple avenues,
to actually be able to do
forcing
anything.
Das to basically, instead of trying to build up her own route, having to constantly go for blocks, which might not work in her favor.
Oh, the Asher of the Reduvia from the Invader hurts so much.
Yep. And of course, if you get a
Oh,
very
it almost
unfortunate bleed
procced
proc right
over.
now, you
Yeah.
will be in trouble. And that's why
You can
this...
actually skip that Invader by
Mhm.
just running away. You can't go
Fucking
into
hell,
the
how did I
cave,
get
but you
up there?
can just run
Oh
in
my
the other
God,
direction.
this is totally
And then
bad.
he leaves. So you don't have to do the fight.
Can you
And there is the bleed proc.
Yeah.
That is, of course, very unfortunate.
Reduvia is such a great weapon.
Mm.
But
I
yeah.
am-
It was the middle
But
square
then-
for the last bingo as well, so that, of course, a square we've seen before. This time, though, I decided to put the square a bit more
really
behind
don't know
Reduvia.
If I'm going in the right direction, which I'm obviously not.
But the question is, of course, if Yuna's gonna pick up on the potential idea of the no-hit strat, where you also go past this to get to patches, but you, as you just said, you go basically back, You start triggering the fight, you go backwards towards your entrant and just wait for him to disappear. He's just like, no, if you don't want to, no, then I don't want to. Then I'm not gonna fight either. But he's a bit longer pissed, so he's actually staying away for the entire time.
Yeah. And it's so weird because you can't go into the cave because there's no fog gate. But you can just walk away, okay.
Yeah. It's a very interesting strategy as well. I also started my no-hit journey now as well, so
Ooh.
I've seen that one as well, and it's an interesting one for sure.
Yeah.
Also, she's going for... Oh, that would be an unexpected block. I don't think Yuno is expecting her to go for Orida's Rise. So that would, of course, be very helpful for Das if she goes for that, because that's going to take some time. She does this now. That blocks a very dreaded bingo as well, while Yuno would soon go probably for the Leonin, thinking that that might be the next step. Still amazing to see how Yuno plays with the piano. Indeed, indeed. It is still baffling to me that she completed Lies of P no hit, I think, on a piano. It's crazy to see. I can't even do Lies of P normal. I could maybe play it with one toe, but not like this. Are quit outs allowed? Quit outs are allowed. So people can quit out when they want to. That is totally fine. They can do that. And there is, of course, another sacred tier for Das.
How many do we need? We need 4.
Oh, she has only
one more in the south. Didn't she get one in the middle? In the frenzy camp?
I don't think she did.
I didn't look.
No, she didn't. She didn't. She just said she only has one, so I would assume that she didn't pick it up, or she didn't realize that she picked it up in between. But now going back out of Weeping, that of course very unfortunate. And that's the thing. That is also the difficulty of bingo, seeing the synergies, you know? Seeing both of those synergies together, what you can all do in Weeping. Like, this board has a lot you can do in Weeping Peninsula. You can do a lot there, but of course the question is, will you be able to? Like, will you pick up on all of these opportunities and going there? Wonder why Yuno fights the Invader for the Patches square.
From the start.
But currently she's trying to go for fighting and then sparing Patches, I would assume, which is technically an easy square, but you have to get past the dreaded Invader. Oh no, the Invader's at 1 HP. Can she get it done? Or ooh, that was a difficult one. That was a tough one. And there you go. There is down. Whew, that was closer than it should have been. If he had one more FP for the Reduvia's Bloody Blade, she would have been done for.
It actually is.
Now Yuya is joining the fight. Nice.
Yeah. Yuya is joining the fight always at a very late time. Just rush through and all fine. You could. But of course, you run the risk of getting Reduvia back into your back. And if you're staggered long enough from that and can't get out of it, well, you're just going to get a bleed proc and you're going to have to do it again. So, good option, but difficult
execution.
execution.
Patches counting for the 7 bosses in Limgrave? If you spare him? Or
if you spare him, no, because you have to defeat them.
Oh, you have to kill him. Okay.
Yes. So.
Is it that one?
Oh, and you can see Das is trying to get.
There's the rise.
Yeah, trying to get to the rise.
Yes, nice.
As we see the
It
boss.
would be the turtle shield, the best shield in the game.
Wait. Oh, true. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, and of course, Patches.
Oh, she goes for the invisible one first. Nice. The invisible one is in the water, but she has to start the riddle. Otherwise, there are no spirit turtles.
I see.
But she knows. So that's very important.
Yeah, and there's the first one.
Perfect. In the meanwhile, Yuno is fighting Patches.
Yeah,
and here,
Patches giving her a hard time.
Yes, Spear and a big shield is very, very tough to counter.
Yeah, and I think also keeping
thing is, oh yeah, she got it. Nice.
There it is. So as soon as Patches is finally spared, she can click the square. I'm just waiting for Patches to fully give up. There she goes. That is square number 4 for Yuno. So switch right over to the rises.
Is in the rise.
Damn, that is a very important block.
She solved the puzzle, but I think she will get the memory stone to confirm.
This Night Rain has ruined me.
Yeah. Night Rain has ruined you. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that so much.
All of us. crouching all the time in Elden Ring now.
Sadly can't watch today. Thank you for stopping by. Nonetheless, Dennis, the next match will be on Thursday. And there is the block from Das. There is the block. That, of course, very important. Let's
Easy.
see the reaction from Yuno once she picks it up.
I think we can go for the end right now.
Important square.
Okay, she did that. So going for Leonine right now is not even the best idea, I think.
Oh, she's giving up Leon, and she doesn't see the synergy with the legendaries.
We have one sacred tier.
Now you gotta kill Bernal for the second one, and that's a really tough fight because he has a very good armor
Somebody tell me
and can buff himself. So
we need to spare him.
True, but she does have
Okay, I need
the Uchi with Unsheath, so that's still early game a very strong weapon. Could potentially help there as well.
yeah,
Being in column 4 would be easier. Yes, definitely. But for that, you need the legendary weapons.
2 more cracked pots.
Oh, I see the look for cracked pots. Maybe opening up an entirely different avenue now.
ooh. The 5 crackpots are not that many because you can buy 3 from Caelid.
Hmm.
1 from the merchant at the Saints Bridge, and I think at the cave where Bofa Beastman is. It's another one, isn't there? In some cave there is the 5th one.
Yeah. Otherwise, also Stormvale has one, but you'd have to get past Margit. But there is an option.
And the merchant in Caelid if you go there.
Yeah.
Before Rodan. So
Yeah,
there
there
are
you see
many
it as
to
well.
choose from.
Yeah, you do have an option, and I think she's also going to just try to scour the merchants to see. Keep in mind, Das has a 3rd one as well that she could quickly do, which could be the other diagonal, if we're just looking at it right now. So she's currently trying to block the diagonal bingo with the 4 sacred tiers. And then she could start slowly building up pressure with her own diagonal if she goes for the, what's it called? For the 2nd trap chest. So perhaps
Yeah,
flipping
can
the
get
tables.
teleported to the capital, which is okay for the rules.
Yeah, because
Just go there.
also the Site of Grace is very close by for that one. You don't have to go
Yeah,
very
true.
far.
A nomadic tribe North Limgrave, you say, has one.
I think
For
she's
now,
going
she's
for the
getting the Flask of Wondrous Physic to get a little bit stronger. There's a Sacred Tear as well here.
Hmm.
From here.
And from here you can go very quickly to Caelid, to the northern part of Caelid.
Hmm. But she's gonna have to start picking up on column 4 soon. That is now her biggest threat. And she's gonna see that because I think I know why Yuno went for the merchant. I picked that up wrongly. She's actually going for the 5 bale bearings up top.
Ooh.
And that, of course, puts her in a very, very comfortable position for column 4, which she could rush down to get. And we are only half an hour done with the match already. There's still plenty of time to get that done.
Yeah. They're playing really fast, so
Definitely. I mean, getting
We'll see
6
a lot of
squares
squares.
already is amazing. You have to accomplish that at first.
yeah. Alone read all the squares and choosing one is so hard for bingo.
Yeah. Oh, larval tears.
You know-
Oh, progressing column 1. Row 1, sorry. Also an option. Yuna's confusing me, I'll be totally honest. Because she's always
switches a
jumping
lot.
back and forth. It's a very good play style, I feel, because
Yeah.
you're slowly progressing. You're never out of options. But it's starting to like put me a bit nervous because I'm always thinking like, okay, yeah, she's gonna go that way. Nope. Immediately pivots back to something else.
Das is back in Weeping?
I think yes. Yes, looks
Yes.
like weeping. So gonna go for the last sacred tears. As we're gonna go onto her audio as well. That's gonna block another bingo.
Church of Pilgrimage is north.
And hello,
north
Whoopi. Nice to
of
see you
the
around.
start.
Hello.
West of the one you are.
The Darn Merchant is a scumbag though. He wants 1,500 runes for what? For the crackpot. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, going for Bernard.
He has only the crackpot if you don't start with them. If you choose the crackpot for keepsake, the merchant doesn't have one.
Ah,
But
I
I
see.
think they both didn't start with the crackpots.
The starting item anyways wouldn't count into it as well.
No stalling gear. Ah, Yuno is going for Banal.
I'm going to.
Oh,
Exactly.
but the Zweihander is tough.
And Bernal is posing trouble. So what you just mentioned, we see it live in action right now. And of course, yes, I can start a prediction. I'm going to start a prediction of who's going to win today. Will it be Das or will it be Yuno? I'm going to make it a bit shorter as we're already in the match. So you'll have 5 minutes voting time. Feel free to perhaps win some channel points as well here. I'm going to see for what we could do here as well. Do you think Das is going to take this home and turn it around, or do you think Yuno's going to take it home? As Yuno dies to Bernal!
Yeah.
Oh no,
And now
that is
Bernal is
difficult.
pissed from the start, so
You don't get the easy hits at the start. Oh, that's
yeah,
evil.
you're missing 3 hits. You can hit him 3
Yeah, I got
times
this one
before
already.
he
I think that's
starts
the one you meant,
attacking
Nubs.
you.
Mhm. Und Dankeschön, Maumelchen, für den Hinweis. Vielen lieben Dank. Das habe ich am Anfang komplett vergessen. Dankeschön natürlich dafür. So, of course, feel free to put your channel points in. I'm anyways thinking what you can do for channel points at the end, but that also is an option to show who you currently believe in. But keep in mind, from yesterday's match, Ondo at the start also looked very confused. Very much on the backside, on his back foot, you know, trying to go through it. And he brought it back home and brought home the victory. So there is always the chance to come back.
No, I already have this one. I have Church
We're
of
seeing nice
Pilgrimage.
parries from Yuno.
I have
Oh, no.
Fourth Church of
Oh
America,
no, oh, that is the
Bernal
1
is
HP of the
hitting
dream.
like a truck.
and I have the one in the
Now let's
Mistwoods.
make-
And he isn't even buff. He can buff
Church of
himself,
America.
and then you are in big trouble.
Yeah. And of course, he always catches her off of the
Oh,
heal.
yeah.
And there is the buff, I believe.
Nice. Ah, yeah, he did get the buff, but she got the backstab.
Yeah. Is she playing on a keyboard? Yes, she is playing on a piano controller, which is absolutely amazing to see. Oh, a very important one. Don't die now. Don't die now on it. Yeah, that was a difficult
Nice,
one.
GG.
That
Sure.
was a very close one for a
And
moment.
there's the Devouring Scepter, first legendary armament.
Yep, the first legendary armament, and I think she's gonna go for Leona next, most likely.
Gonna be completely real. So that means that if
Oh,
we
boy.
now kill Leon and Misbegotten,
Yep,
we're actually gonna
there you can hear it.
do-
She's picking up on it right now.
Choose squares for that because it's gonna be Leon and Misbegotten and getting
So Das is in Celia.
yeah, no, Leonine is a good call, yeah. But
Hmm.
I'm gonna grab the
Can you do in
Grab the
Celia on this board?
So easy to do.
Why is she? Yeah, why is she in Celia?
No match should be in this direction, right?
Oh, is she trying to go up to a church for another sacred tier? But why?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
The Church of Plague. You can do a skip, but that's a very, very weird skip.
Oh yeah, Celia skip. No, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Does anyone know?
But why go for this one?
I'm like not sure. He's not just by the bridge, right?
I mean, you could also try and get the teleporter from the Third Church of America and then go from the backside. That also works. Which would be easier.
Yeah.
Just past the bridge, right?
Yeah,
But
you
of
can
cou-
just open the gate. It's just one fire you have to light.
Oh, yeah, I go
Yeah.
up to Alexander, right?
Yeah, but still, if you don't know the riddle, if you don't know the place to go, and
Yeah.
of course that church right there, and that's what she's gonna go for to get the diagonal bingo. By that time, once she has that blocked, she's gonna probably realize that Yuno is working her way towards, yeah, column 4, which is now looking ever so dreading. But Das doesn't even know that
Oh, there
yet
are the 5
because...
crackpots.
Oh, another square for
Nice one,
Yuno.
sneaky.
More of this.
I didn't even catch that one as well. Like, we talked about it previously, but I didn't even see her pick that up.
Ja.
Help mir auf Englisch war nicht auf deiner
Switch.
Bingo-Karte. Ja, seht ihr hier zum ersten Mal. Sehr schön. Also vielleicht
Ja,
nicht zum ersten Mal, aber ihr
passt ja.
seht es hier mal einen seltenen Fall. Aber ich find's cool. Also auch danke nochmal, dass du dich dafür bereit erklärt hast. Auch sehr
Ja,
kurzfristig
gerne, gerne,
nochmal.
gerne.
Finde ich mega nice.
Du bist ein paar Jahre her mit meinem Englisch, aber ich glaube, ich komme am Ende des Matches bin ich wieder drin.
Ach, du machst das super. Du machst das super. And of course, we're gonna do the quick shoutouts for the participants as well. So we're gonna start off with Yuno. We're gonna do a shout out for Das in a moment as well.
And then we're gonna go for
Please go click on the heart. Those are the two amazing women who are currently playing the bingo for us right here, who are currently participating in. Yuno currently ahead by 3 points, but that still, of course, can be thwarted at any given point as soon as Das picks up some speed. But of course, the difficulty is with the legendary armaments, that blocks, of course, the diagonal option from Das.
Oh, true.
That, of course, an evil one for her as well. But there is perhaps the last bell bearing she has to pick up as soon as she kills the nomadic merchant right here, which is again another square, and that of course slowly, steadily putting the pressure more and more onto Das, who has to pick up speed if she wants to stay alive here, or not. Or
The
I mean,
5 bell bearings.
you otherwise would go into the lower bracket, which still of course is a valid option to be around in.
And it's not over until it's over.
Exactly.
Let me actually,
And there is the bell bearings. There it is, number 6. Let me quickly see how Das is currently
I
going.
need a direction. Like, I know it's hard. I know it's hard to give directions.
Yeah, and bingo is for the mindset is so hard if you are falling behind to get away into the match, but it's possible.
Yeah. And I think
Your
also
opponent
the
can always be stuck at a boss fight
Or two
or
legendary
something else
weapons,
doing
yeah.
the exact
Oh
same
my
as you do.
God. I don't even know
So
how
there's
to get
always
up.
a way back.
Yeah, and I think that's the point. Like, she's not going to be able to pick up the legendary weapons quicker than Yuno. Definitely not, because Yuno's already on the way to Leonin. There's not going to be an option for that. So she
Logic
needs.
Katana is the far, far better weapon
How
for
can she
Leonine
fight
than the dagger of the...
So she has to go for Deathroot, which is a Tibia Mariner and a second boss, and Tibia Mariner alone is going to be tough with a dagger as well. So
No, can you
Oh my
put Sacred
God.
Blade on the dagger? I don't think so. Can you?
I think you can. I think so. It might
Okay.
work.
There's 8.
Maybe just straight swords, and yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest. But I don't know if she even
Sacred Blade
has it.
is the perfect
I
answer for
struggle
Tibia.
so much
Mm.
with this.
You can almost use any upgrade level, or you don't even need to upgrade for the kill because Sacred Blade is just destroying them.
Yeah.
And you can pick it up at the Third Church of America, so both of them have the grace right next to the scarab that drops the Ash of War.
Works on daggers. Okay,
Good
then my mind
play.
was right. Okay, thank you very much.
Nice.
And there we see. So Das needs to start going for the death roots, I believe.
How do I
And
even
you're
get
now in Castle Morn, so the castles, you can skip a lot of the castle, but it doesn't save that much time.
Hmm.
But if you die, you gotta take the elevator back,
I'm going
and yeah.
completely the wrong way.
So focus on the way to Leonine. And Das is currently
Is there not a way?
in Limgrave.
I don't know what she's looking at. I think
Where's
she's
the
looking
grave?
towards the way to get to that sacred tier. I think she's trying to find a way to get to the church where Anastasia invades you normally. But she's not finding the way up to that path, which of course, that path also leads her towards the Tibia Mariner, so she can pivot there. But she would still have to be
If
there.
I remember correctly, the
East of
church
the
where
Third Church
Anastasia
of
invades you
America.
doesn't have a sacred tier, only cookbooks.
Right.
Oh, I'm not sure. I think it has a sacred tier, but I'm not too sure. I might have run into that
I think
mistake
that's
as
the
well.
only one that has none, but I could
Oh
be
my God.
mistaken.
Yeah.
How do I even get to
No,
the
just
just
two
cookbooks,
cookbooks.
yeah.
Oh no. So that might
I
even
don't know
be
why,
in
but that's
vain.
the only church that doesn't have any sacred tiers. But I think she has some weeping. She should have a weeping enough. Maybe she doesn't know the Frenzy Village one.
Hmm.
How would I even find 2 death
Yeah,
rays?
Bingo
she
is
doesn't
so
have that. She
specific
has 3.
skill to so specific knowledge that helps you.
Yeah. I think that's the cool part. That is very much a cool part, I
I
believe,
need to
because
start fighting
yeah,
at the end of the day, that evens out the field. Like, we have people here who do no-hit. We have people here who do a lot of things, but at the end of the day, you still have to have the map awareness. If you don't have that,
Yeah.
it's going to be difficult. Frage von Juno, alles klar. So patches, sparing patches does not count as a boss kill. It does not count as the kill since he's technically still alive. You do see the enemy felled, but it doesn't count as a kill. Therefore, patches sparing does not count towards the 7 bosses in Limgrave. I know it's evil. I know that's a very evil part of that square, but it sadly is the case. It would make that row a bit too easy as well, so that's why I put them together.
Okay, it's not the only
I can't.
sacred
That's not gonna
church
get
without a
me
tier.
where I
The one after Sentinel Duo, Vakus is absolutely right.
Yeah. What if you
Doesn't have
spare him
one
and kill him
either.
afterwards? That works. As long as he's dead, that's fine.
Isn't that that
That's
isn't a
only
boss
gonna
fight
get me
anymore?
down there,
He doesn't
so I
get a
can't
boss
up.
bar.
Yeah, but
boss
I would allow that. As long as he's
Okay.
dead, that's fine. Because that then allows you to spare and then kill him. I answered that in the Discord over as well, where somebody said, okay, could I kill him afterwards then? So that then is an
Okay,
option.
what Karl is also einmal.
So we're just gonna pick. Okay, you know what? That's gonna be a next bingo square. Find 3 churches that don't have a secretaire. And then we see the Leon and Misbegotten fight over on Yuno's side.
With the bow, good strat to maybe put him to sleep.
Oh, right, but didn't work.
Yo, choo-choo.
The 2 headshot looks amazing
No,
on
it's
the
okay.
Leonine.
The Leon and Unicorn, and that of course the
combi is
difficulty.
so devastating.
Can you parry Leonine?
Put this in my BS bingo board. Let's go.
I think you can parry Leonine.
Oh, will we see some parry strats perhaps? Oh, wow.
I have to make all
Potentially going for the parry. And now we will see. Does she have the Site of Grace? She does not.
Oh, she didn't get the grace, you
She has to go all the way back down. And that, of course, is some huge time loss. That opens a bit of a window for Das again. But Das has to get her foot on the ground.
couple of tens. I'm not gonna
Yeah, doesn't go for it, though. I don't think she's aware that Bernal technically has a Secretaire. A Secretaire, yeah, a Legendary. Yes, that's what I meant. Killing a deer for good measure, I guess.
50 spawn file.
Always crab graces. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I know.
That sounds like some history there.
I'm saving that 2 seconds, then I'm going all the way back.
Yep, I feel that. I feel
That's
that.
a theme.
I do feel that a lot. Oh, the rats. The rats in that room have cost me some crucial moments as well here. Is she aware that a Grace exists back there? I don't think she
No,
knows.
I don't think so.
Keep in mind, it is her first playthrough of the game. Oh, and Das,
Yeah,
of course,
and-
locked into the Rani sequence, so can't talk to Kale even though she wants to. Has to get
You can
Rani
hit
out
her
of
to
this.
Get rid of her. I think you have hit her 3 times.
Yeah. And she's just pissed and like, okay, you know what? Fine. I'll be over in my
And
rise.
leaves the bell at her feet. Okay.
Yeah, she's going away and just says, okay, you know what? If you want to go, you have to write a 4-letter apology and meet me at my rise to somehow get back. And then she's fine with us. Okay, attempt number 2.
Rani. Okay, now getting the fire arrows. Oh, it's better damage than I expected.
Hmm.
The arrows. Oh, he's so
Oh,
fast.
and oh wow, I didn't even see it. Das has done the 1 rune.
nice.
Oh wow.
Really, really good.
Huge block. That is of course amazing. So she went
Now
for the
she has
Yoshi
that
thing to
square.
do.
Possible diagonal bingo.
Yeah,
And Juno is dying on Leonine Misbegotten and doesn't have the grace.
and that's how quickly it changes. Imagine now if Yuno can't do it on Leonine, and Das gets the 2 legendary weapons now, sneaks that away from Yuno, then all of a sudden the tables are turned because then Yuno has to go block Das, and Das already has a trap chest. Wee. That would of course
And
be very
Juno
good.
switched, so she's doing something else, and leaving Leonine alone for the moment.
Potentially,
Maybe do with something else and getting a little bit stronger, maybe more health.
yeah. Why is she playing on a keyboard? That's her gimmick, you could say. So she always plays on a keyboard. She even does challenge runs, level 1 runs, and no-hit runs over on a normal keyboard. So go check out Yuno. She's absolutely amazing. But also, of course, go check out Das as well. Currently doing a, what's it called? A slice and dice Elden Ring run, which basically means you can redeem to have her roll a dice, and if she fails that dice, like a critical fail you would see normally in D&D, she has to do what you say. So you give her a challenge, and she rolls a dice if she has to do it or not.
Nice.
It's a very interesting concept that I really like. So go check out both of them. They're very amazing indeed. Now the question is, where is Das going to go next? I'm going to switch the audio right now. I want to know what Das is going to go for. Because Yuno is in a comfortable spot right now. Yuno has a 3-point lead. She can take her time. Bernal grafted one. Sword of Flame is not available. Exactly, that's not available because it's in Liurnia, I think. So she can't go for that one.
I think the others are out of her reach.
The only option would be as well to, if you beat Godric and use his Remembrance, you can also get a 3rd one. But that, of course, takes a lot of time.
We can only do this area.
From the Leon and
But
Crucible
Caelid
duo.
and
Oh,
Limgrave
technically yes in Caelid, but that of course is very difficult to get to.
Oh, yeah.
Radahn
Limgrave
swords.
would be good,
I mean,
and
technically, but no, you can't get to Radahn. You can't get to Radahn because you can't get to Altus. Altus is not an option.
Okay, Speedy said.
Yeah. I think these 3 would be the only one.
Would be a question though, like, does it only... Oh, stake skip would work, yes. Or would the trap chest work? Would the trap chest taking you to Leyendell also trigger the Radahn Festival? Because technically you're past Altus. No, you need to get a site in Grace in Altus. You need to sit at a site of Grace.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you don't need to sit, you just have to activate one.
Yeah.
But you have to activate one, yeah.
Okay,
And I
see,
don't
see.
think it counts there.
We see her going to a catacomb here.
You could stake
Stormfoot
skip,
catacomb?
but that's that's against the rules, isn't it?
No, everything is allowed. Everything is allowed.
Okay,
You can
so
do...
you just would use the stake skip from the Church of Plague,
Mhm.
where you can jump down and let your kill yourself with the death zone down there, but you then get the stake of America, so you can respawn at the bottom at the
Exactly.
Radahn fight.
Oh, for
Very
the
fast,
death
but then
route.
you have to kill Radahn with low settings. So yeah, I don't know if that's the play.
Yeah. I mean, technically, you could just try and resummon the people in the arena over and over again and just let them do it for you. It's gonna take you a lot of time, though.
Oh yeah, I did that once. That was really painful.
The boss in the castle also drop a legendary. That would be Leonin duo. So Leonin and Crucible duo. But again, a very difficult boss at the current level. Would be very, very difficult.
Okay.
Und Barbecue Mo, schön dich zu sehen. Ja, eine Person hier, die liebe Juno, spielt auf einem Klavier. Das ist tatsächlich der Controller. Das ist wirklich Wahnsinn. Und schön dich zu sehen, mein Lieber. Ich hoffe, dir geht's gut.
I only have death touched catacombs so far.
Okay, Dust doesn't really know what she wants to do, and Juno is now at the Frenzy Village with the Sacred Tears,
Oh.
so she's getting more of them.
Or perhaps pushing ahead for row 4 as well. I'm surprised she doesn't proceed. Oh, that is too high! Oh.
The Night Train kicked in.
We haven't seen any BHF action. Yeah, technically you've seen it for exactly a few moments here in today's bingo. Because they had to sell it.
I don't think it's worth it, because you just can't upgrade it enough without getting to Leonia.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Actually, I
she
should do the
summoned
collection
Blythe
legendary weapons
for the
because
fight.
that's
If
better
she
for
talked
me.
to him, she could get a Samba 2 very easily. Was down 2. And the Samba 1
I
is
know
on
I
the
wanna block
bridge
her
where the
off,
Night's
but
Cafe is.
It's
In
gotta be
Limgrave.
better with the
So you could get a
legendary
Bloodhound Fang +2, but I think Uchigatana
Where can I
+3
easily find
plus
legendary
3 is
weapons?
also enough.
Definitely. And thank you very much for whoever followed today as well. I heard a couple of follows. You hear them as well. We of course have the alerts disabled though for the most part to not interrupt anything in the tournament as well. But I really do appreciate it for anybody who's jumping in here as well. I really do appreciate it.
There's Alex.
Oh, and for Alex, we get Gwyn's theme in the background. This is the real
Perfect.
hero right there. You can see that. That is how it should be.
Ja,
Ja, also wie gesagt, Mo, bei ihr kann ich empfehlen reinzuschauen. Bei beiden natürlich. Bei allen Leuten, die hier sind. Schaut bei LPTT mit rein, schaut bei Juno mit rein, schaut bei Das mit rein. Wenn ihr wollt, könnt ihr auch hier bleiben und bei mir reinschauen. Das müsst ihr aber nicht zwingend. Nein, nein. Ich bin natürlich auch dankbar, dass ihr hier seid. Aber guckt unbedingt bei den Leuten hier mit rein, die mitmachen, die dafür sorgen, dass das Turnier überhaupt funktioniert, ja. Leute, die mitcasten, Leute, die vor allem es auch spielen, ja. Man kann sich das beste Turnier überlegen. Wenn keiner mitspielt, dann hat man entsprechend verloren. Deswegen finde ich es mega, dass wir 16 Teilnehmer haben, die mitmachen und theoretisch noch so viele mehr, die Bock hätten, die wir im Winter da mit reinnehmen können zum Beispiel. Es ist richtig, richtig geil und ich freue mich auch drauf, wie es hier weitergeht mit generell dem Thema Legacy of Ash allgemein. Aber das ist alles Zukunftsmusik für später. Runde 1 alleine ist schon mal sehr, sehr cool. Und ich bin so dankbar für alle, die mit dabei sind.
Das macht auf jeden Fall auch super Spaß zum Zuschauen. Oh, da ist die zweite Trap Chest. Sehen wir bei Das.
Oh,
Nice. Und da ist das Square 3 Felder in der Diagonale.
yeah,
Das ist jetzt auf einmal auch ein ganz schön großer Bingo-Threat.
Yeah, and that of course forces Das. Not Das, forces Yuna now closer into the Leonin square. She has
yeah,
to slowly
true.
go for Leonin to get that second legendary armament.
I think only Yuno has an Everjail so far with the Bloodhound Knight.
Yeah,
I don't think Das has any. Oh, okay, Das jumping down.
valid option, but yeah. She has one. Yeah, she has the Blight Everjail.
Okay, she got the 2 traps.
Very
That
well.
makes sense, yeah. I'm not surprised that she got rid of the 2 traps.
That's about
Makes
it.
sense. Also, isn't there a level T here? I think
And
there's
now
a
it's
level T
6-4, only 2 squares. Lead for Yuno.
Exactly, and that's
Knights
what
are
I
turning
love.
quickly in bingo.
That's what I love in bingo. You know, now Das also has a potential bingo to achieve. Also has the
No,
option.
there's a grace.
Yeah, there is
We
a
were
side of
both
grace,
wrong.
exactly.
But it doesn't count for the Radan festival.
Exactly.
Somehow. I think it has to be altars and not capital.
I think so too. I would be
think that's
curious to fact check that,
different.
but yeah. Oh, that is a big play. She's going for the Tibia Mariner because she probably knows she's ahead with legendary armaments, or at least assumes that. Meaning, if she now goes for the Tibia Mariner and the second death route after that, she can progress her other bingo as well. Does a legendary weapon have to be in the inventory for it to count? Yes, of course. You need to have it. You need to pick it up as well. You need to have it.
Let's say the second death route would be the Black Knife Assassin nearby in the catacomb at the Saint's Bridge.
Ooh.
There's a chest with a death route behind them, and the Black Knife Assassin has already half health only. So could be a very fast second one.
It could be a really fast one, but the point is, Black Knife Assassins are difficult to defeat. If you're unlucky,
Yeah.
especially with the
Yeah.
Uchi, if you try to force with the Unsheath to go through, they'll just jump around you and hit you in the back. And that is going to be
But
very
that's
difficult.
the weakest one.
True.
That one doesn't have the distant death attacks.
Mm.
So, yeah, with Doji Katana, she should get through that boss fight.
Yeah.
Let's grab the secretary.
But she's going for
And
the...
then-
Oh, let's grab the Sacred Tier we've heard, but I don't think she knows that the Sacred Tier isn't there.
The bait church.
It's so evil. I feel so mean for that square at the same time, but I love it.
And you're stuck because you're invaded from Anastasia and can't ride on Tora and then quit out.
True. Das region lock? What do you mean region lock? No, for the trap chest it's fine. For the trap chest it's fine as long as you take the straightest path back into the play area. Because for the trap chest they have to warp you somewhere. Because it basically says that you need to be teleported, so that is, let's say, the only rule bender where for a very brief moment you can stay outside. To continue on graces, only on that one where you need to activate a grace after a trap chest in order to be able to teleport back. So one grace you need to pick up. That's the fastest way to get to. So that is what Das did. So everything totally in the rules, totally fine.
Oh, Dusk is going for the Everjail, I assume. She's now talking to Blythe to get his assistance for the Darul fight
Is she?
as well.
Yeah, and with that, is she gonna go for the... That would be amazing. If she now goes...
3 Everjails.
Either the three Everjails is gonna work for us, so it's gonna even it out. And if she now has Bloodhound Fang, since she doesn't have to sell it anymore, she could go for Leonine and for Bernal and would have a much better weapon than Yuno against it. And that could make it easier for her, because Yuno is struggling against Leonine to get that second legendary weapon. So that, of course, is the difficult part, where the bingo that Yuno currently has lined up could crumble right before her.
The thing is, which is your third Everjail? Because you can do Darul, you can do the Ancient Hero in Weeping, which is okay.
Yeah.
But then the only other in Limgrave is the Crucible Knight, which is a really, really pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Or can be. He is a tough guy. And there would be a battle mage in Dragonbarrow or Caelid.
Yeah, Hughes
And an
would be the
Everjail.
easiest one, yeah, most definitely.
But I don't know if they know the way, because that's somewhere you don't typically go very often.
Yeah. I went for that one in one of my own bingos, and then I realized where he was. Before that, I saw that one always, but I never knew how to get to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel that. We'll see. Now, of course, Now that's the cool part. The next few squares will decide the next steps, and that's going to be very, very interesting to see what they are going to go for either way. Like, the next decisions could be a very crucial factor for whatever's going to come next. So whatever next square is going to pick up is going to put pressure on either person, and the reaction might be the decisive factor. If they're able to block a bingo, otherwise again, we're back in the open, everything is fine. But right now, it's all going around 3 squares, I feel. Death Roots, Leonin, and Legendary Armaments. Those 3 are currently the decisive ones.
We don't know how many Ashes of War they have, but I don't think they are...
Yeah.
They have picked up a lot of them so far.
I would also like if anybody could paste in both chats that 58 minutes remain for them to know that half of the time has passed. Just for them to be aware of with their planning towards the mid to end game of this bingo right now. And there we see Blight being summoned for the Bloodhound Knight boss. And I think Vord, I'm sorry to hear it, but you're gonna see some Bloodhound Fang action. And Speedy, nope, Bloodhound Fang is not a legendary weapon. It's a very strong one, but it's not a legendary weapon. It's only a normal one, although it would technically be stronger than most legendaries, let's be real. It's such an overpowered weapon, it's insane.
Yeah, especially Yuno already has the Alexander charge out, hasn't she?
I'm not sure if she killed Alex.
Isn't the symbol under the stamina bar?
It could be. It could be, but I'm not sure. I missed it potentially.
Looks like it's...
It equalizes the bandit start. True that. Of course,
yeah, we already saw Bandit yesterday on Ondo.
Yeah, and Ondo picked up the win with it.
Yeah.
Oh.
The knife is...
I'm gonna highlight the fight, by the way. I just realized I was so busy watching it that I didn't see it, that I didn't even highlight. And Blight is dead. That, of course, is not easy for her.
Tough.
That's a tough one. Now she has to do it by herself.
A few bleed procs to get them.
Yeah, or a stagger as well, because daggers do have
damage
a good
with 1 hit. Oh, that's
that is painful to watch. Yeah. Oh wait! Oh,
very fast moves. Yeah.
Oh, I completely overlooked this. Oh no, she's going for the Everjail. Because technically there is the Lusat staff right here, like the helmet staff. You could have that one right here, Lusat's Glintstone staff, for another legendary weapon. I think that one is a legendary.
Is it?
I'm not sure, but it might be. If I'm not mistaken. At least in my heart is a legendary one, because that Lusat Glintstone crown is a legendary item for me. But I'm not sure. I think it might be one. At least it's one of the toughest, or the best staffs there is. But I'm not sure. I would need to fact check that. So I think Das wanted to go for Bloodhound Fang only as a legendary weapon. She's struggling to find one. Not legendary. Oh, okay. In my heart, it is.
There are only 7 legendaries in the base game.
It's not a lot for sure. Oh, I see this field.
And they're not even good. Most of them.
We see the classic halfway point in the bingo when you basically start to resign and be like, I don't even know what to do. Okay, let's listen into Das as well on the side. To see where she's gonna go next.
So those 3.
As we have the Vord of the Boreal Valley theme. I think Vord's anger over what's it called? Vord's anger over the Bloodhound Fang potentially being used as manifested in the music.
What's that playing your song? It's a banger. What can you say?
It is a really good one for sure. Alright, so while Das is not fighting anymore, let's get us back into the middle. And the classic overview right here. That, of course.
Oh, and Bernal is going down once again. Oh, maybe not.
I would assume so. Maybe she's checking what he has to offer.
First talk, then fight.
Yes.
Should always be.
But Bernal is a tough one, especially with the dagger. I mean, you can stagger him a lot of times and try to go for backstabs, but he is a tough one to fight. Let's
Yeah.
have a look. Let's highlight the Bernal fight. Ooh, getting swatted out of the air.
Form. And already the buff. Oh no.
No, that is not a good Bernal start for sure.
Oh, Zweihänder is such a good weapon.
I should have chosen.
I
I
actually
don't
have
know
one
why
of that at
he
home.
dropped nice. Why he dropping the legendary and not the Zweihänder.
True.
It's weird.
Maybe because they thought after Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 1, that getting the Zweihander so early is going to be difficult for, or too easy for people to get. Oh, he's just going for the buffs all the way, and that, of course, slowly whittling down the HP. But of course, if she gets Bernal now and then has a chance to go ahead and, well, basically tie it up again now and gets Leonin, it would be insane. That would be the comeback we're waiting for, because it doesn't matter if Yuno has 6 or 9 or even 12 squares. If Das gets a bingo, the match is over, and Das wins. And that, of course, is, I think, she knows that that is the play right now, because getting the Everjail bosses, that's gonna be fine afterwards.
You can go to Yoshi.
It's two tough fighting squares.
Yeah.
With the 2 legendary armaments and the Everjails.
Yoshi will know, and even
A
if he
lot of
doesn't
fighting,
know,
so
he will set the
would
rules.
be worth to upgrade or switch weapon or something like that.
Yeah.
Because the dagger doesn't make it easier.
One way or the other, I need levels.
Okay, there is a question that is gonna come to us. I didn't hear the question from Das, sadly. So if anybody knows what she just said that people should go to me and ask, please let me know what it was and I can answer it for you guys. But she asked something, and I would assume that what she asked is Reduvia Dagger is legendary. It is not a legendary one. It's a damn good weapon, but it's not a legendary.
Here's one.
It is very unfortunately not a legendary weapon. And I also received on the side, maybe that helps for the people in the chat. You know, for both sides, they're both looking for legendary weapons. If you want to, this is where you find the legendary armaments as well. You can support your streamer on both sides. I'm not posting it into the chat of any of them because that would be unfair. But now both of you, your chats have the option to check for the legendaries as well. If you want to support Yuno, if you want to support Das, you can give that to them as well.
Well,
Just to avoid the question of,
try.
is mayonnaise an instrument? Is this one? There you can see it and can answer it for her if she asks for a legendary weapon if it's in there.
just so we can deal more damage.
For either,
We
that
can't
is.
get rid of
They
it.
don't-
Mayonnaise is an
they
F tier
both-
weapon.
To level up.
They both don't count their progress. You
Which is-
can,
I have
with
less than
an
an
extra
hour, like,
browser
Jesus,
extension,
how is
count
anyone
on the
able to do
squares,
that?
Hmm.
which helps a lot because
Like,
I don't know if Yuno remembers how many bosses she killed so far in Limgrave.
Yeah.
After 1 hour, there can always be some weird numbers there.
let me kill these.
Yeah,
Especially if
definitely.
you have to kill
You will
7
not be
bosses.
helping in the fight.
Yeah, definitely.
And Margaret would count to Limgrave.
Yes, Margit,
So-
Godric, they both would count to Limgrave as well.
We are getting to the point where kills are getting more important. And to get a setup that's
Oh my god. I'm
okay
so
to
weak.
kill with.
Hmm.
Das is having some problems with the skeletons.
Ah,
Everyone with a spear has so much range.
and I
Outrange
think
the
we see
dagger.
Yuno going for the second death route right here.
Yes, that's the Black Knife Assassin Catacomb with the already half dead assassin.
Yeah. A lot of those
And
are
you
literally
could-
out of
you could
bounds
get
now.
a second Uchi for dual wielding here.
A lot of those are out of bounds. Where you're allowed to go? You're allowed to go to Limgrave, Weeping, Caelid, and what's it called?
Wow.
To
Siofra.
Siofra, exactly. And with that, you get, as Vivi just said, a total of potentially 4 weapons you could acquire. 3 I know off the top of my head. The 4th one I would wonder which one it is. But there is definitely 4, or at least multiple that you can get, and 1 to spare. But that 1 to spare, at least the one I have in mind, it's difficult to come by. But it exists.
Well, Yuno using the Unsheath very well.
Oh, 3, sorry. Okay, yeah. Then I have it right.
Yeah, you have Godric, Bernal's Scepter, and Leonine's Sword.
Yeah.
And there's the death root in the chest, and we have the next square for Yuno.
And now Yuno is
7 to
probably just gonna
4.
force Leonin to finish it off.
They don't disturb me in a fight.
Yeah.
And that is, of
She
course,
can
Only
play it
those
like
three options you can
she
go for
knows
left
Das
and right.
has
Okay.
to go for
gotta
that
try.
square.
yeah. And
So
she
can
is
do
going
something
for it.
else if you want, or
Yeah,
she
I gotta
can
try.
raise.
That's the last one she needs.
Yeah. She knows. She knows,
Damn
so
it.
she has to go for it. And she doesn't know how much the progress is.
And Yuno already has
Okay.
banal that, so has already one
Yeah.
of the 2 legendary armaments.
Yeah, but that is, of course, something Das doesn't know. And Das,
Okay,
of
so
course,
what did
now
we say?
hopes that
Castlehorn,
this is not the
Red Main
case.
Castle. What's the legendary weapon in Red Main Castle?
Red Main.
Oh,
Ooh.
Praise
Oh
God.
my
Not
I
sure if
don't
that's
know
the
if the
play.
fight. Does Leonine Misbegotten and the Crucible
Yeah,
Knight,
if I
so
get that,
maybe
I can
just
get
go for
Evocator.
only the Leonine.
And TPH, every legendary counts. So it doesn't have to be one
Where's my
for an
friend?
achievement. Every legendary that exists in the game counts towards it. Of course, as long as it is in the bounds of today's matchup.
There's no way to the DLC. You have to go to Leonia to
Gonna be dead before
start
you
or
arrive.
to get Vari's questline.
Yeah. I think if Das can get Reduvia, that could turn the tides. That could potentially turn the tides because we've seen Yuno having immense trouble with Leon and Misbegotten. So that could potentially stall her for the entirety of the rest of the match.
Yulia
If she's
arrived
unlucky.
as well for the fight, so it's a 2v1. That's way better. I'm excited to see Yuno. Maybe someone in her chat is giving her the hint for the Grace down there. That would make
I'm
it a
looking at
lot
the chat. I
faster.
don't see it yet. Nobody's telling her. Nobody's telling her just yet, as we have Das trying to get Reduvia. Why Reduvia? It's not a legendary, but it's just a damn good weapon. You don't need much to get it started, to get it online. And
Would be a
for
definitely
bleed procs,
upgrade.
it's a definite... Yeah, exactly. It's an upgrade to the Bandit's Knife for sure. And I think especially with the Bandit class's starting dex value, which is quite high, you don't need that much. I think you need a little bit of Arcane, perhaps, and then you're good to go.
Oh, now we're seeing poison darts from Uni. I really like how she is using all her utility
No, I was behind
for
him.
the fights. The sleep arrows, the poison darts.
Yeah. Maybe trying to
proc-
just keep the distance in that moment, yeah.
Oh, and he is poisoned. No, he's
Not
Never
poisoned
mind.
yet.
Oh my god.
As Das is running out of HP against Nereus, she has to hope for Yura to bring it home for her. Trying to go for a cheeky backstab, but the backstab doesn't count for her. Oh no!
Oh no.
The backstab for Das does not count, and that resets, of course, all the progress just made.
Damn it.
And he also just died off screen. He just died off screen in that moment. That is very unfortunate for Das in that moment.
And Yuno has the poison on the Leonine, and the Unsheath are doing very, very good work. There should be a bleed proc somewhere in the fight.
Yep. Not
And
sure
with
if that.
some Unsheath more, you could get a stagger there.
Yeah.
Oh, the double. Oh, good dodge on the double.
And the poison is also out, so she can even play for time. But I think that might be the decisive one. Can she get the last Unsheath? Is this going to be the win for Yuno, or is she going to choke it at the last end right here? There is the last Unsheath, and that is the win.
GG's. Very,
GG
very
with
well
the
played
bingo.
from Yuno.
After 1 hour and 15 minutes, Yuno
Das.
picks up the win against Das with 8-2.
GG. Das played really well as well with the threat on the diagonal.
Yeah.
Made a really good match.
Oh, even 10, even 9. Sorry, not 8. It's 9. It's 9 in total. Because she got the
Very
double.
good.
She got Leon and Misbegotten, and she also got then the bingo at the end. Very well done. It was a close matchup. I think a lot closer than Das even realizes. Way closer. I think if she could have gotten the chance for example, the legendary weapons a bit earlier, or even the Bloodhound Fang to even the scores, that would have made a huge difference overall.
Yeah. Oh.
So we are going to move both of them over in a brief moment as well. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the match? Looking back now at it that we have it here.
I think they did a really good job to choose their squares where they can finish that thing they're trying to do. Because you gotta pick your fights in bingo, and I think they did a really good job with that.
Yeah.
Seeing, okay, Leonine Misbegotten is not going to go well right now, and coming back later with a little more power. That's how you should play it.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really happy with the match. Was really good entertainment. And I think they can both be proud of themselves how they played.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We just hear them. We're just going to quickly move them over so we can hear them here directly in the cast. Give me a second. I just pulled you guys out. I'm sorry. Now we hear you both here. Hello, hello.
GG, well played.
Thank you.
Well played from both sides. You were a lot closer, both of you, than you probably both realize. Like
Oh
it
my
was.
god, that was
Wait.
horrible.
When did I steal stuff? When did I steal stuff?
You didn't steal much, but Das was
Okay.
pretty close, or moving
s-
slowly towards stealing that legendary square from you. I think that one was the decisive one. Whoever got that first,
Yeah.
that would have
Yeah,
changed
it
the
was.
entire game. It was down to, at the end of the day, 1 square difference. If you're really honest, like right now you see 9-4, but that 1 square would have changed it all. If Das would have gotten that one, it would have been difficult to get back out of it. But well played by both
Yeah,
of you.
true.
Very well done.
Yeah.
How are you
I was
feeling after it?
hoping- Dude, honestly, I wasn't even aware that that dude drops a legendary armament, and when I realized that he does, I was like, wait, I can just kill Leonine later.
Oh, nice.
I was just killing him for the bell bearing. Like, he was my second to last bell, no, my third to last bell bearing. And I killed like another merchant nearby, and then the merchant in the woods. And then I was like, okay, I have 5 bell bearings now, and I know that I have 1 legendary armament. Getting the death roots should be pretty simple because I know the Tibia Man arena is easy.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Also,
killed Bernal.
I wasted like 5 minutes in Caelid trying to get to that silly fucking last sacred tier. I don't know why I wasted that time. I was such a time waste.
Yeah, I remember. I remember seeing that because we both talked about it. I think you both wanted to go at some point, or talked about it at least, to go to that one church that's on the path to Caelid. It doesn't have a sacred tier. It doesn't have one in it.
Yeah, Navi told me.
I
Navi told
I
me.
need the one in the east. There's one in the east that has one, but how do you get to it? Up on the field?
You either have
You
to
have
go
to-
through Celia, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you
Or
have
take
to
the
kill
teleporter.
bosses?
No, you just
No,
can light one of
Yeah.
the fires, and then the way opens up.
Yeah, you have to solve the puzzle.
Yep. The other way would be to use the
Oh.
teleporter next to the Physic Flask Church and go from the backside. That also works. Then you don't have to do the puzzle.
Oh, okay. So going through Dragon Ball works. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, it wasn't a deciding factor, I guess. I just wasted time.
Yeah, that opened up the path a lot for Das. Where Das, you surprised me. You said it's a very Yoshi thing to do, and you accomplished it. How did you get 1 rune? I wonder, like, because that surprised me. I didn't see it, and all of a sudden I see that middle square pop up, and I love it.
The thing is, I was like, how would I ever do this? And then I was like, okay, everything that I can sell or buy is like an even number, so this doesn't work. And then I just killed like small animals, and some of them give 8, some of them give 4, some of them give 5. And I
That's why
just
you killed the
them
deer.
along the way. Yeah, that's why I killed them along the way. And then there was one moment where I did the maths, and I was like, okay, now I need one that gives me 4, I think, was it? And then I killed the next small thing, and it gave me 4. And I was like, okay, I will go back to Caelid and just buy stuff. And then and I had 161 runes, and the smallest thing that Caelid sells is 40. So that was super lucky
Nice.
that it just added up to get
was
that.
gonna
That
go
was
for
an
it
important
too.
one.
Yeah.
It's
I was
it's
thinking
such a
about going for it.
Yoshi thing to do to put that one in the middle. You fucking
You
idiot.
wanna know something funny? I wanted to go for it. Which is why I was picking up a lot of like small materials like rover fruits and stuff, because they sell for uneven amounts. So you
Oh,
can
I
get to
didn't
the
know that.
1 rune very easily with that. But I was like, okay, I'll just do that
Wow.
whenever, at some point when I feel like I am very low on runes and I feel like there's a moment where I have time right now for it. But literally when I was like in my head, okay, I think the next time I go to a merchant, I'm gonna do it. That's when you lit it up.
Nice. The thing that I struggled with now at the end was, the the whole time I did not fight or level up. So I was in no condition to fight anything.
Yeah.
To
I
get a
was
legendary
level
weapon.
16 at the end. I was not high level either.
Well, I was level 5 in the beginning and in the end. I did
Damn,
nothing.
Okay.
I did nothing
Alright,
but collect shit. So that was, and it was not the best call to start with Bandit. I did it out of like sentimental reasons because I started my Elden Ring journey with a Bandit, and I was like, he starts with I think Arcane 15 or Arcane 14. I was like, if I can get Reduvia, I can just kill bosses left and right with Arcane. But yeah, that was what I was trying to do at the end. I was trying to get Reduvia to kill bosses, but I was too slow. I had no strategy at all, and you won it fair and square.
Yeah. Also, I have a question. What was your second trap chest? Did you do the one in Peninsula or did you do the Patches one?
No, I didn't do the Patches one. Oh, that was a good call. I didn't even think of that one. No, I did the one.
I rushed for Patches because of it.
Yeah, that's so smart.
Go for that one now, and then I went for Patches because I was like, okay, that if she gets the 2 trap chests, because it's probably something because like you marked the square that says like that you went in that you were in every area. So it's like, okay, she probably used the trap chest to get to Caelid early. That was my guess.
That is true. That is true. That's
and then
what
I was like, okay, then she might just as well just go to Patches, spare him real quick, and reset the area, use his trap chest, and have the 2 trap chests, and it's a double basically, you know? And I was like,
that would have been so
I
smart.
definitely want to steal away the Patches bit.
That would have been so smart. I didn't even think of Patches having that teleporter chest. I did the one in the lake, obviously, to get to Caelid, and then I did the tower one that gets you into the capital.
Yeah, the other one in Weeping, yeah.
Yeah.
I think those are the only 3 that there are, right? Is that in our available area?
I think so, at least. Yeah, I'm mainly eyeing the 2 ones that Das used as well. So the Weeping one and the other one that leads you in the Dragonburn Ruins as well. So those were the ones I was eyeing when making the square. I wasn't even aware of the Patches one, I will totally admit. I wasn't aware that one exists.
That would have been such a smart combo, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I could have, like, if I would have been really smart in the beginning, I could have went down that path to Patches. I could have gotten Reduvia, because I got super close in my first try to getting it.
I failed once too. I died as well once.
Yeah. So I could have gotten Reduvia, then go to Patches, and like this, all of the things are in that area. Like get the first teleporter chest, get Reduvia, go to Patches, spare him, get his teleporter chest. That would have been smart as fuck.
Definitely. But I think that's always the case. Like, you both did very, very well. You can both be proud of the performance you put today. Keeping in mind, again, this was your very first bingo for both of you. True. And you did an amazing job. In hindsight, you're always smarter. Exactly. You're in hindsight always smarter, thinking like, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that. Take that with you for the next match, because for both of you, of course, it's not over. So yes, Yuno does move on in the upper bracket. Das has to go to the lower bracket and now await her opponent, which we're actually going to see for both of you, actually, your opponents, on Thursday. So on Thursday, the match between your potential opponents is going to take place with Helfi versus Ronja. And that's going to be the deciding point.
If I play against Helfi, I'm going to be terrified. I watched his hitless run of Dark Souls 3 from my room.
He's already looking at me in the chat. I can see it.
She, please no.
Just the sneaky wink right there.
I would wipe the floor with me. Okay, Das, you have to win. You have to win the lower bracket now. Gotta be the queen of the lower bracket.
I will try. I will absolutely.
I believe in you.
Try. You were so good, though. You were so good. I'm definitely gonna watch your VOD and watch you do it. You were so good.
Amazing. So yeah,
for one, so on the fly as well. Like 2 of the squares were completely on the fly. The Patches one just for the chest thing, and the Siofra one was just at the start because I felt like it, because I was in the area, because I was gonna go to grab the sleeping arrows that you get from that one merchant.
Oh my, that's so smart.
That's how I sleep early.
I don't know all of that. I have no idea. I played this game 7 times and I know nothing. Let this be a lesson, guys. This is what happens when you play with summons. You don't know anything.
All
The
right.
funny thing is, I didn't know at first that it has the arrows. I was just looking for a place to get the lilies,
Oh.
and that merchant sells lilies. But then I saw, because I was using the Elden Ring map genie, I saw in there that he also just sells straight up sleeping arrows. I was like, wait, I could just shoot a giant.
That is, of course, an
Yeah.
option, yeah.
Like, so
Yeah.
smart. Speedy just asked where you got the death root.
Ooh, good
I got the
question.
Tibia Marina next to Andreas, and then I got the Black Knight
didn't
Assassin.
even think of the mariners. I'm so stupid.
I think
Oh
no, you're
my God.
stupid. I think those are actually the only two death roots in Limgrave and Caelid combined.
Yeah,
I
because we were trying to
Okay.
find catacombs and
Yeah.
where there's. Oh, I didn't
Mm.
even think of the mariners.
Caelid with Dragon Barrow would potentially also have, I think, the Blackblade Kindred as a potential option as
Yeah.
well. But
Oh yeah.
I'm not
that's a
sure if you want to
forewarned.
fight the Blackblade
Yeah.
Kindred at that level, that's for sure.
Exactly. Don't do that at level 5, kids. Don't.
Yeah, don't
But
do
it
that,
is an
don't do
option,
that.
yes.
Do that,
yes.
do that at level 1. Because I'll bring up a scam anyway.
But it is
I'm-
I would have
man.
one question. Is anybody of you going to continue streaming now after this?
I think I'm gonna continue for a little bit. Yeah.
All right, because then I think
I'm not.
yeah. You know, what are you? What
I don't
about you?
know. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. I think then at
I'm
least
debating in
from
my
us
head.
from the tournament, we're gonna go then right over to Das as well. If you want to continue a bit, then we're gonna go visit you, because then we're gonna call it a day here. Then we can talk over there as well. So thank you everybody so much for
That's really
watching.
sweet. Thank you.
Thank you for
playing.
watching. Thank you for being here. We're gonna close it off now on our side as well. So we're gonna move you back out of the voice channel.
All right.
Good luck to both of you for the future matches. Good luck for the rest of the day as well.
you.
And
Thank you.
once again, well played by you, Das. GG also to you, for a great match by both of you. Very, very close. Very, very exciting. And I'm excited to see your next matches as well. Goodbye.
Das, it
GG,
was
you
an honor.
do.
GG.
It was an honor. GG.
Same.
And thank you, Yoshi, for the organizing.
Happy to do so. Thank you for being here.
All
Yeah, thank you
right.
very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I kicked one person out, and while I tried to do the second one, they also already left. Sorry.
All right.
All right, that was it. That is day number 2, and I think to close it off, the best way to close it off as well. Hello, Duria. You just joined at the very, very end, but thank you nonetheless for being here, for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a wonderful day. Let me just quickly, to top it off, show you the actual final bracket now as it is after the end of today. So you can see Yuno versus Das. Yuno advances in the upper bracket, awaiting the dreaded opponent from Helfi versus Ronja, which we'll see on Thursday, same time, same place. And then in the lower bracket, Das, of course, awaiting the loser of that match, the one who unfortunately has to go then into the lower bracket as well, awaiting her opponent for another very exciting match. So a lot of this
Well,
still
it's gonna be a
happening.
good match.
Sorry?
This will be a good match.
Oh, it will be. It's going to be
Yeah.
amazing. So yeah, thank you again for joining in as well, on especially against such a short notice. It was amazing to
No
have a
problem,
chance to
problem.
cast with you as well.
I'm glad to help.
And
Thanks
yeah,
for the invitation.
yeah. And do you have any closing words you want to say while I prepare the raid on the side? Anything on your mind?
Oh, thank you for watching, everyone in chat, and thank you for helping the runners. That's always very important to get good information out of the chat. If you're feeling lost in bingo, and lost in bingo can be the feeling that you have all the time from start to end. So thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to Thursday, 6 o'clock, for the next round to see who will advance. Yeah, and thank you, Bewyoshi, for the organization. It's really, really a blast to watch.
Thank you. It's not just me who does it. It's also Honk. It's also Lara. It's also Susie. A lot of people who are doing it as well. So it's not just me doing this. I'm just sitting here and talking at the end of the day as well. So thank you very much for that. And one thing I would quickly want to highlight for you, Duria, GG's to save your student in the mündliche Abiturprüfung. It's an important one, so GG for that. That's amazing to hear. That's amazing to hear. So yeah, we're gonna go to Das now. Feel free to put my feet into the chat of Das if you want to. Thank you for 34 people who watched here today who are joining us on the raid. That is amazing to see so many of you here. As LPTT just said, there's one more stream I'll do on Thursday morning, which is not going to be Legacy of Ash, so I'm not going to talk too much about this. But the next Legacy of Ash stream will be Thursday evening, same time, same place. And then we're going to have an exciting next match. Thank you for being here, and have a wonderful night. Goodbye, everyone.
Peace out.